Hey guys, it's gonna be a little different video. I've been getting a lot of questions recently about my business and like my journey, I guess. So yeah, in this I'll be going over my story so far, past, present, and then future. And for present we got a challenge, so stay tuned for that. But okay, where does it start? Well, I've always been like an entrepreneur, you could say. Like my mom has a bunch of pictures and memories, videos of me like trying to sell things. One was like selling a service of washing my brother's laundry when we were really little. So I've always had that. I discovered my first like online business, you could say, was drop shipping. Big surprise. That was, I'll show you, LED magnetic chargers. And this one was by myself and I was 13 at the time. Yeah. So here's the picture of what the magnetic chargers were I was trying to sell. And that did all right. I got 2 sales. I got 2 sales, but one of them was my mom, so I don't know if that one counts. But yeah, so that was my first entrepreneurship journey. And I'm not going to talk about all of them because if we talked about every business I've tried or thought about doing, it would take forever. But I'll talk about the main ones. Next up, it's probably 14 at the time, 15, 14. And I started one with my friend, The Supplier LLC. Now they're drop shipping. If you know, you know. The OGs will know about that. And yeah, we kind of gave up on that one, but it was like our first good try at drop shipping. Like, I mean, every time you try, like, it gets better and better. So that was our first like real try at it. And then next, I started by myself. Here's another big one was LBL Marketing. So that's an SMMA, if you guys don't know what that is, like social media marketing agency. That's when Iman Ghazi was doing it big. And I tried for a little bit and had little success, so I stopped that one. And that was like a year after my last dropshipping one. And then next, a year later, I've always like had like the drive to just own a business, run a business, like start something. So I've always like just started things. And I've had so many ideas. And so next was one called Zero Luxury. I started with my brother, which was interesting. And so here's our makeshift setup for taking product pictures in my closet. And yeah, here's kind of the clothing we did. So here's like one of the ads we were recording, but I don't know if you can tell, but we were selling like really high quality like clothing, but it was minimal like branding on it. So here's one of the shirts. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Zero in the middle. And this one was kind of fire. We made a few sales actually, but we did all the embroidery and stuff ourselves and the shipping. So it got to be a little much. And so that's why that one stopped. But I remember we got our first sale for it. I was at the talent show. And I remember checking my phone, seeing the Shopify notification for like $100 order. And I was like freaking out, texting my brother. We thought we were big shit. And it was, yeah, that was like my first time, like taste of real, like online money. Like no one influenced that one. It was like our marketing, our product, our website, all that stuff. So we shipped it. And yeah. So then that one we stopped because it's too much work to embroider and ship ourselves. And that's when I started Barici. So this one was another clothing one. And I started this with someone in France who kind of he was kind of just like an employee to me, to be honest. Like I just told him what to do and he did it. And so that kind of worked. And this is like this is my biggest like Shopify one I've ever done. And I'll show you some of the designs first and I'll show you the orders, but yeah, like the Need Money for Porsche stuff. That was my Barici brand. Packaging. Obsessed. Can't control my instincts. I made some heat designs, I can't lie. And these are all pictures from affiliates. We would send the clothing out and we get them to take pictures with it or of it, and then they get paid for if they made sales. Here's me working on a sweater design, which I thought was actually pretty fire. I'm gonna show it. Art sweater. I think that shit is heat. And I still see some of my designs floating around, like on random Instagram pages. Inspired by the fear of being average. Dear Santa. These are all just like, I thought these were fire. Dream big, live bigger. Big dreams, late nights, and expensive taste. I think those are just so tough. I have so many designs we made. This one's tough. This one's tough. This one's tough. But yeah, I was basically making all designs and posting 3 times a day on an account. and we're getting, and like affiliates obviously, and we're getting sales. So let me show some Shopify metrics here so you can see. I'll show you our biggest day. Here you go. Biggest day, 320 in one day. This was crazy. Q4, if you guys don't know, it's like winter time. All the big deals are coming out, and we made 816 days, which is pretty big for the brand. And yeah, in that month we ended up doing just over 2K, which was insane. Here you guys go. Did 2K. So yeah, that was crazy. And that's like my first time of like consistent big online money, I guess you could say. And so yeah, I have a lot of screenshots, which is every time we got a Shopify order, I'd screenshot it because I was always like, damn, like I'm making it, bro. And yeah, so I did that for a good while. But then it was a POD, which is print on demand. So it's good, it's fine, but like shipping time's really long and return policies are non-existent. Margins are thin. So yeah, that's why I stopped that one. But I learned a lot of skills in that one. Like I got really good at website design and marketing. I like the clothing design. And so after that one, I stopped it, and I was just like, and for a while I was just like stuck. I was like, I want to start like a real business, and in my mind that's like a service-based business, just because you can keep finding new clients and you can like retain them. And I think reoccurring revenue is the best because it's recurring. And so that's why I came up with the idea. Well, I had so many ideas. I had this book of just like ideas, and like I was going through them. One was like financial advising app, and then I tried that for like a month. And coding is actually really hard, and that's before like a big ChatGPT spike in coding abilities, so that was super hard. And so then I landed on NGW, Next Gen Websites, which was going to be a website creation service. So basically we make websites for clients. And let me show you the logo. Oh, here you go. And so I made the website for that, and it took me forever because I don't know if you guys have done any editing or website design in Shopify, but like you can only do so much within the normal dashboard of Shopify, and which in the past I have hired like website developers and stuff to go in and like edit code and make it so that it would have certain features I wanted and stuff like that, but that's like super expensive. So I wanted to learn it myself using apps and extensions. So I learned how to make websites in Shogun, which is like a more advanced website builder than Shopify, like an app. And so that took me forever because that's like the first time I ever saw the real dashboard of what like editing apps look like, where it's like a bunch of stuff on the left side, and then you have all your editing tools on the right, and then you have like your product in the middle. And so yeah, I was waking up 4 a.m. to work till 7 because I had to go to school yet, because this was like at the end of the school year, senior year. And so then it was just because I didn't have any other time because I had soccer, school, so I was waking up 4 a.m. and doing that. And I didn't really get that website put together until I moved to college, because I actually had like time to do it. Like I didn't have all these obligations with my friends or like family obligations and stuff like that. Like I literally could just lock in and build it. So I built it out, the website, and then I started marketing and just doing them for free for people. And I did like 4 or some for free for people, and I was just realizing like there's no like money associated with a website. Like you need to do something in the process of making people more money. So then I was thinking like, okay, I can get a website building, I can like market sort of well. So I was like, okay, let's do CRO, conversion rate optimization, which basically turns more visitors into customers on the website. Is like my agency would go in and make sure you do more of that. And so then I started doing that, and it's actually like surprisingly hard to market that, especially because it's a big thing. Like it's like a $500 upfront fee, and it's also like kind of unguaranteed results because like you don't know if the leads they're getting from their ads are actually like qualified and like hot leads. So you don't really, if the conversion rate sucks, it could just be because of the leads and not actually like their website design at all. And so I was like, all right, fuck, I got to niche down again. So now this is where I'm at with the business. I'm doing email marketing for brands. So this is like niche. which is part of CRO. And just because it's like the pop-up you see when you first enter a website, you enter your email or whatever, and then you get sucked into a flow. And so I'm basically the one to set up that flow and run it for the brand. And basically why I like landed on this is because it's recurring, meaning like a client will stay on with me because I'm running their flows, like their email marketing flows. And so this is how I have the model set up right now. It's going to be revenue share. So it's just like, look, I'm not going to charge you anything, but if I bring in money, you give me money, like a percentage of the money I bring in. And so I'm going to charge 15%. And most e-com brands don't even have it set up, like email flows. They'll probably just, and it's like, if I'm going to bring them more money anyways, it just makes sense. Like it's literally a no-brainer. And then also if you're good at it, like why would they fire you? Because like you're literally just bringing them in more money. And so I'm going to do that. And so that's what last week vlog, you know, like the 9-hour video I watched, that's like, I didn't know much about email marketing or like how to do it, because my brand, I did the simple flows, which is just not good. They're not converting. And so, yeah, I learned how to do that. And this week I've just been like grinding out the learning process. And so now I've designed like 5 emails and I've learned how to set flows in Klaviyo. So I feel like I'm ready to do it, which is where the challenge comes in. But yeah, I think I'm ready to start doing it. And it's also like very similar to like the website design dashboard, because you're doing it inside Figma. So it's like very similar design. So I'm already good at that. I just need to like learn how to do it within Figma, which after I did it the first couple times, it wasn't that hard. It's just kind of the same. It's actually a little easier because like you don't have to worry about stuff actually working and like load times and stuff like that. So now, and also I got big news. So I got brought on as a data analyst for a startup software company. They've been going for like 3 years now. And I'll be given tests this week to see if my skills are useful to the company. But I think I did a good job. In the first day, I delivered some pretty big results, or some like pretty big things. But I don't want to talk too much about it yet until I know things for sure. But that was my big news this week. I met with him Tuesday. And yeah. So now this is where the challenge comes in. Well, actually, let me talk about the future real quick. So the future, I don't see, you got to make some capital to start anything, right? So like this marketing agency that I'm going to be running is not like a long-term like business. It could be very well, but like you need capital to start doing anything big, and then you just gotta start taking more risks. And so this is like how I'm gonna make my first little bit, just so I can just so I have money to start doing what I need to do, and like actually building bigger businesses, taking larger risks. And so that's where the future is, because you got to make some capital before you start anything huge. And who knows, maybe this software company will take off and I'll be part of that. I don't know. But here's where the present challenge comes in. So I'm going to be taking you guys through getting your first client, because right now I have 0 clients, but I'm ready to start messaging out clients and making ads to get clients. This is the challenge. Can I get a client until this day is over? And it is currently 12 o'clock, which means we have roughly 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours. So can I do it? So I'm going to take you guys through it, every step on how to do it, like what I've done in the past to get clients. And we're just going to see if we can at least get one. I don't really have much other stuff going on today. I'm not completely sure about that, but we're going to get one client. I'm going to take you guys through it and teach you guys how to do it. By the way, I'm not an expert, so just take all this with a grain of salt. It's just what works for me. And so yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. But hopefully that gave some insight onto like my story so far, which is obviously not even close to being done, because I'm so interested. There's so much stuff you guys don't know. Like, I want to be in real estate for a while. So I literally job shadowed someone in real estate and found out I didn't want to do it, but I want to invest in real estate. Like, my grandpa is super big into stocks and stock options, which I'm sure like 90% of you don't even know what that is. But so yeah, I got good at that. I read like these like super big books on it. I don't have one here obviously, and then I made an AI formula in Google spreadsheets to auto-calculate which stock options to take on a given week, and they were averaging 1 to 2% a week, which is like pretty big. You guys probably won't even know what that is, but it's pretty big. And so we were doing that for a while, and then I made a V2 of that, and it was better. And every time I do something, I learn something new, and it's just led me to this point where now I can like work in an AI software company because I know AI, like I understand it. And obviously I'm not even close to like anywhere I want to be yet, but I have so many skills built up right now that it's just like they're all starting to like come together. Like I can just see it, and it's just like everything's just starting to come together, which is super cool. And what y'all know about Fresco? I think it's gas. But yeah, we got to get started on this challenge because I do not have that much time. But yeah, let's do it. And also to put a little bit of like risk on this, if I don't get a client today, I am jumping in the river, which I don't know if you guys know. Well, I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in Iowa. And so it's going to be like 40 degrees. And that water's going to be cold as balls. So I better get this client because I am not doing that. So yeah, let's get started. Let's start this. I got a whiteboard here. We're going to write out how we're going to get this client. So this is what we're going to do. You only get clients in a couple ways, but I'm just going to do 2 of them today, which is outreach and content. Keep it simple. They'll find me or I'll find them. Because we're doing this on such a fast timeline, the content is probably not going to be a client today. So it's going to have to be an outreach. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to draft a message for outreach, and we're just going to spam the crap out of it. So what you have to do when you're drafting a message to someone through cold outreach is 2 things. First off, you got to do personalized, like get super personal super fast, and then big fast offer. Like big, if they're taking their time to read this, they need to be big, fast, in their face. You feel dumb if you click away from this offer. It's also gonna be easy to understand because whenever like you get something random from someone, like your IQ goes to 20 and you can only understand like 3 words, like you gotta make it super dumbed down. So let's define, personal, I'm gonna go into Instagram and I'm gonna scroll to the feed until I found an account that I think could be a potential client. And then I'm just gonna look at their page real quick, find something about them like, ooh, it could literally be anything. Like, ooh, that new drop looks really cool. I can't wait for this hoodie. Literally anything. I just like talk about them so they know, like, because they just want to know about themselves. Like they don't care about you at all. So just keep it about them, and then be like, and then we're gonna define my offer. And then that offer is what I'm gonna follow up every message with, and we're gonna kind of test some different offers just in case. So yeah, let's come up with this offer. We're gonna be using ChatGPT. If you don't use AI, why? It's literally the future, and it's super easy, makes things like 100 million times more efficient. So yeah, let's come up with an offer really fast. So I've already been talking with AI about next-gen websites, obviously. So it already kind of knows about my brand, but you'd have to basically get it familiar with yours. And what I do is I have it all stored in projects, like different projects on the side of my thing. And then you say update your saved memory with this. So then it just keeps all in the same thing, and it also remembers what you're doing. And the reason I'm doing this and saying this on such a short timeline is just to show you guys like what you guys, like it's not that hard. Like it's actually not that hard. You just gotta take action. You just gotta do it fast, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna say let's come up with a cold DM outreach message. All right, so in this message, I wanna emphasize how they're missing out on money, how I can bring them more money, and that's free. I won't make money if you don't make money. Those are the 2 biggest things I wanna emphasize. And then after they respond to this first message, you pretty much just close them like you would just keep messaging them back, and then until you close them, which when I get a few messages, I'll show you that. But what you want to do also is set up an Instagram account, and I already have one that I've been running for a little bit, so I'm just going to turn that into the NGW one and use that. But you want to get it, if it's a cold account, you just want to run it for like 2 to 3 days and just scroll Instagram just so it knows like you're a real person. And what you would do for something like this type of agency, is you can have a website, but honestly the biggest thing would just be having a form like in your bio, like super easy to make, like takes 10 minutes. Just be like basically just qualify them, and they're qualifying themselves, being like, I want to make this much money. Like you could be like, how much money do you make a month? How many visitors do you get a month? Super basic form, and then you just sort through the forms and you can find clients. But because we don't have that much time, we're just gonna be messaging them. What I do in these messages, or like any ads in general, is like target their pain, make them feel that pain, because when they're emotional, that's when they take action. So you just want to make them feel as much pain as possible in the motion, in the moment. So they're like, okay, to get out of this pain, boom, I want to do your thing, I want to do it now. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. I hate this pain. This pain's hurting. I need to get rid of it. I need more money. Whatever the reason is, they sell themselves. Basically, you just lead them down that path of like, how much do you want to be making? That's basically like general like sales knowledge. Like you don't actually sell them. They sell themselves. You just lead them down the rabbit hole. And they're like, oh, you're the perfect option. Yeah. So let's do something right now. And then there's also different things you can do, like add bonuses. Like you could be like, never lower your price for a client. It's just add bonuses, because as soon as you lower the price, it's just a whole mess of things. But for this, it should be super easy, just because it's rev share, and so it's free. Like, what are you gonna lose by saying no? I get you more money. Like, it's super easy. And so I'm kind of just refining what I want the offer to say right now. And so I don't know if you guys work with ChatGPT, you know how this is. You can't take everything like it gives you like right away. You kind of have to work with it, play with it a little bit. Okay, I think I've come up with something that I like. So this is what we're gonna use. So outreach, we got the first sentence is gonna be super personalized to them and their brand. All right, and we're gonna use this one. So it says, so this is gonna be the second part of it. So the first sentence is personalized, and then this is the big fast offer. I'm Lucas Lauk. I run an email marketing agency for Shopify brands. We'll add 30% more revenue to your store each month, completely performance-based. We only make money when you do. I think this will go good. I wanted to specify it's performance-based, just because I don't want to say it's free, because it just kind of sounds scammy. Like, we'll do it for free, and then that's it. Like, it just sounds kind of scammy. But so I wanted to add, so they know it's like, oh, it's performance-based. It makes sense. Like, if they make more money I do, I'm going to make more money. Boom. The shoulder angle, but okay, you can see the NextGen website, Instagram, 0 posts, but I do have followers because this is an old account, like a burner account I was using from the other brand, so sue me, I don't know. So we're going to add a bio, and yeah, I'll start messaging. So again, ChatGPT. And yeah, I'm gonna come up with a bio real quick. Okay, we're just gonna go super basic here. We're just gonna do scaling ecom brands through email marketing. Apply to work with us below. Super easy. I literally just copied and pasted from other agencies' descriptions. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, kind of thing. I'm gonna make a quick type form, just super basic, but just to have something in our bio for like a link so that people could apply if they wanted to. And so yeah, I'm gonna go make it, but I'm gonna show you guys it so that you know, like, it's super easy, like it's pretty self-explanatory, but just like show you guys like what the form should have on it. Okay, we've made the form, so here it is. We got what's your brand name, website, generates per month. Just a bunch of basic questions basically, but it's just to get them qualified. And then boom, they opt in, and then they're in my email flow. So it worked out perfectly because that's literally what I designed. So yeah, now that we have this set up, we're gonna put it in the Instagram bio, and then we're gonna start messaging accounts. It's also 1 o'clock, so it's been like an hour, and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna eat food, but I'm gonna put this in the bio. Okay, it's 3:44, and I've just been messaging like hella accounts. Like just a bunch of accounts. Trying to get one to agree or like ask questions or anything, but so far no responses. And it's low-key so exhausting doing that, like where you just like mass message people, but it is the fastest way to do it. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna let those sit for a little bit, and I might make a post on the account, but I'm not really sure I'm gonna post yet. I'll think about it. If not, I'll keep you guys posted if someone responds. But it usually does take a little minute because like if they're not in their phone all the time or they haven't checked their requests, so it does usually take a minute. But hopefully we get a response later. But yeah, I think I got supper plans and stuff, so I think I'm gonna go do that. But I'll keep you guys posted. It is the next morning. I completely forgot to pick up the camera at all again last night. But basically what I did was I messaged, I think I counted 120 brands, and I made a post on the Instagram. But it was just like a basic post just to like make it look more full and like legit account, which I'll probably sometime this week make like an actual video like ad almost, just because people love putting a name to a face, or like a face to a name of the brand, so they know it's like, oh, this is legit. But here's the post I made. Pretty basic, but just to like make it look legit. And you're probably wondering, did I get a client or not? I did not. So I'm gonna be jumping in the river. But this morning when I woke up, we did get someone message me back, and I'm gonna make a draft email for them and send it to them. And if they like it, they're gonna sign with me. So we were very close. We were very close to the timeline, but, and then here's how the form did. So 33 people clicked on it, 4 started it, and no one submitted it. But honestly, this is good. This means that like when I was messaging them, they'd go to the account, then they'd go onto the form, and then, yeah, they didn't finish or start it, but this is good. Because, yeah, I'm gonna keep messaging accounts and then actually make real posts on the account, which is gonna gain a lot more trust, especially if I already have like a client, because then I'll put that in my bio and be like, and have it as one of my clients, just to like, social proof. Like you just gotta make it like, when you go in your bio of someone's account, you just wanna see as much social proof as possible. Just like, like they're legit. But yeah, so I'm gonna jump in the river, but I'm also gonna whip up this draft email, send it to them, see if they like it. And so what I did, like when I was messaging before, is I set up the Google Sheet outreach formula thing. Actually, let me show you guys it. And so basically it scrape leads for me and draft the messages for me. So all I'd have to do is hit copy and paste. That's it. And so I could do like 50 in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like that. Let me show you real quick. You'll probably never take Google Sheets to this extent, but we got our different commands here at the top. So let's see what I'm working with. So you go here and then you like click a command and run it. And basically how you set this up, like look, okay, watch this. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna run the script. And then boom. So now I can just hit, oh shit. I can just hit copy DM. Actually, if you just hit copy, it copies it to your dashboard. Actually, if you just hit open DM, it copies it automatically to your dashboard. I remember I fixed that. And so then you just literally just paste and send, and that's it. That's it. So it's super fast. So I might set that up to make it go easier. But it's like less accurate just because it's using lead scrapers and different AIs. But here, let me show you how to, if you ever want to do some basic coding inside of Google Sheets, this is how you do it. You go to extensions, app scripts. It's there by default. It's a Google's like thing. And then basically you just paste code in here. And so then you got all this code. You can do different files worth of code. And I'd recommend breaking it up just because ChatGPT, like when you get to be sending too much, it like takes forever to run the prompts. Let me show you my options calculator just because this is so much fun when we were doing options. I was literally getting called in school by my grandpa, like literally midday in school. And I pulled it up on my Chromebook and I was running the options formula just to like find options to buy and sell. Can't explain options to you in 3 minutes, but yeah, so basically I had all these stocks down here of like the ones that we were gonna trade. And if maybe loading, boom. So these are all the like the options for this one. And then we had or I made all this, but and then we had it like rank it and do these. There's where were the formulas at? Right here. These formulas, which look kind of insane, but they're basically just calculating the stock options to make sure we're pulling the best ones, and the best ones over here. And then we have the EMAs over here, just like seeing if it's upward trending stock. Okay. Holy shit. This is kind of crazy just because of what Trump's been doing, but okay. Well, these are the ones that are trending upwards, and these stocks are the ones that are just kind of neutral. But this looks kind of crazy. It's 8:23, and yeah, I actually got super busy earlier, like after I talked to you guys last time. But so I just sent the draft email to the person, to like the one person I got to respond. But actually at the gym, 3 more people responded, so I might be having more. But let me show you the email I made real quick. Did I cook or nah? It's like a Christian brand, so I had Resurrection. And then they're dropping this tea. And then I got their best sellers at the bottom. And yeah, but I sent that as like because they asked if I had social proof. And I was like, no, but I'll whip up a draft for you just so you can see I'm legit. And so I did that. It took me like an hour, maybe 40 minutes. So yeah, I just sent that. I messaged those brands. And so I think in the future, when I want to keep messaging brands, I'll have it like, I'll just go like, I'm Lucas Clark, I do email marketing. I will add 30% revenue in 30 days, message free for a free draft for your brand. So like they can get a draft email just to make like the CTA super low. So it's just like, oh, all I have to do is send that. And then I will literally have to make an email for the brand and send it, which is going to take forever for every single client. But at least at the beginning, I'll have, it'll be how I get them until I can actually like just get them through the form funnel. Okay, we are making the trek to the river, and it's not bad, but it's windy and raining, which is not ideal for cold river jumping. But yeah. Bro, can you guys see? It's actually cold though. The water is actually cold. Oh, we just got a full send it, I guess. Okay, and we'll get the head. Just give me a minute. 2, 1. All right. As you can tell, I'm soaking wet and it is cold. Yes, I'm currently in the hot tub. You would too if you were cold, so I don't want to hear it. Okay, so it's the next morning, and low-key a lot has happened. So that one brand that I sent the draft email to last night after the hot tub, they messaged with me and they said, love the work, let's start onboarding tomorrow. So I'm gonna be onboarding them today. And also another brand started DMing me again at like 12. I was like, fuck, like, I gotta answer these. And yeah, they want to start. They were like, do you have any like client work or like anything you can show us? So I sent them literally the email I made for that brand, and they're like, yeah, we love it. Let's start onboarding. Somebody onboarding them today, and they're low-key a big brand. They have like 44K followers with no email flow set up. So we're about to make bank with them. And then this morning, I had another DM saying like, yeah, we're very interested. We just need more details. So I'm like communicating with them today. But that's 3 clients in 3 days from nothing. And so yeah, this week is gonna be a grind though. Setting up those flows for all 3 brands is gonna be a grind. But once I have this set up and I'm just sending campaigns, we're just gonna be printing at that point. Cause then we're just split testing, like printing. But yeah, I gotta make a video for the client to like show them how we're gonna onboard, just because like it make it so much easier. Just like go in your Shopify dashboard, accept me, Klaviyo, accept me, like, so I'm gonna do that. But I also got to back to ICU and have a chiropractor appointment and I have a haircut. So I might not get to the email flows till later, but I'm just gonna have to grind those out because, yeah. But once those are done, we're gonna be printing. But yeah, onboarding 3 clients today. Turn me up. I think I have to slow down because this is too many too quick. Honestly, like I need to figure it out how to do it for 1 before I do it for 3. But then after I get like my system down, I'll probably go. I'll do the. I was coming up with ad ideas last night, like video scripts and like what I would do, and so I'll probably start posting those, and so like they come to me, and then I can like sort through them. But if not, freaking DMs work really well. I know they didn't happen the first day. It's just because people don't check the requests every day, so you have to like message them. Like I'm sure this week, I'll even get five more message backs because like. There's so many people that just don't check it, and then when they do check it, they're like, oh shit, this is a good offer, boom. And yeah, and so yeah, that is gonna be actually the wrap on the vlog. We got 3 clients. You guys learned about my story, and turn up. Let's get to this money.